This guy here gets his little treat, like usual. And we got this filthy little beast wiping his face all over me again. He's all muddy. By the way, this is Uncle Martin. Aloha to you kids and anyone else is watching. Got another live on, what is today? It's, oh, come on. Come on, boy. He has to give me a kiss. It's Saturday the 20th. The 20th of Saturday in September. Okay, so if anybody's watched Uncle Martin or haven't, this is a live one I'm doing, but from this one, if you go back 8 lives, it was the one that I had on, it was the recall radiation. Sorry, radioactive shrimp recall from Walmart. They were selling fish and shrimp that was radioactive. So that's that one. And then I went into Fukushima and stuff like that. But I said at that time, because it was kind of negative just leaving you guys in a lurch, you know. What do you do? What do you do if you've been radiated? What do you do if you get a lot of radiation? What can you do? Because I looked this up and they said the fish that you get from the Pacific Ocean, nothing to worry about. It has about as much radiation as a banana. So there's no concern here. And I'm thinking, the stuff that's still coming out of Fukushima is going into the Pacific Ocean. The big barrels of water that they originally had, I believe is all getting duct taped up. I mean, they don't know what to do with this water. All this really radiated water. Plus they have, I guess there were some cracks in sidewalks and stuff. So what they were doing was they were putting canvas over and they thought that would stop the radiation steam from coming up. All these different ideas. And then I just heard that all these kindergartners out of Fukushima are now being put back in school. And the understanding is they got these big stars, the yellow stars, I believe they are, and all they have to do is smile. And if they smile, the radiation won't hurt them. It's an interesting mental concept. I'm down on mental concepts, but I don't know. Hey, big prods. Hey, Big Prod says hi. Hey, Big Prods, hi. I don't remember seeing you. Why don't you join the club? Anybody that's coming in late or whatever, the thumbnail is going to be the thyroid on how important it is, okay? BG Praz, look like Don. Vicky Kamur. Hey, Vicky. And Roxy Savannah said hi. Hey, guys. And Prediction said hi. Prediction said hi. Roxy Sanjaya says hi. And Prediction says hi. Hey, everybody. Hey, hi. You coming in late? This is Uncle Martin. Vicky Kamar, what country? I'm sure you're asking somebody that you're looking at, or you're looking at me. I'm in Arizona. Arizona, this is in America. So I'm wearing this cowboy hat. We have, it's still a little warm out here. Yeah, Vicky Kamar, USA, it is. Arizona's the USA. As far as I know. We're still trying to fight for our freedom here. Yeah, big bras. Is it hot? Hot? What is hot? It's a concept. I think you missed the one that I had, the game. This year, I did not turn on my swamp cooler. I did not turn my air conditioner on. I just had my fan on. And that's the game, that another live I did. You got to check that out, man, because nobody can, I don't know, probably they could, but We had up to about 118 today, not today, 118 consecutively, 116 and 105, and I did not turn on my swamp cooler or air conditioner. That's the game me and my dad played. Dad's gone, but I figured I'd play the game by myself. Kumar, you know where the Arizona is? That's fantastic. You should come out sometime. Hey, Vicky Kumar, in India, morning, 6 a.m. That's about right. That is correct, because where our sun is setting, yours is rising. It's right on the other side of the planet, actually. It's pretty cool. I love India, by the way. I got a high percentage of Indians that watch me. Okay, the goat. Hi, say my name. Hey, the goat. How you doing? And the gaming official. Hey, you're here too. I wonder where what's it? Pikachu. Is Pikachu out there? He just said yesterday. He said yesterday. Today is his birthday. Hey, Pikachu. Someday you may see this. Happy birthday. He just turned 11. 11 years of experience. That's fantastic. I was 11 on my first fifth grade, and I had to go to two fifth grades because they got my transcripts. Transcripts will always be following you the rest of your life, as well as your medical records. But hey, Vicky, you love USA. I love India. So they got my transcripts, and they found out after my first fifth grade, I went to four different fourth grades. So they said I had to stay back. So I had to stay back a year, and I had to go to another fifth grade. That's okay. I made a lot of friends. Okay, Mondesir Beauty Supply. Hey, welcome. Any of you guys just jumping on a board with Uncle Martin? Sign up. Be a subscriber. If you got a channel, I'll subscribe to you. And hopefully you have something I can watch. Okay, Tat 200. Tat 2. No, it's not okay. It's not okay. What? Come on, everything. Well, not everything is okay. You're correct in that. There are some things that are negative. Vicky Kumar, I want to come to USA. Peaceful place. No pollution. This is true to an extent. The pollution is more in the water that was dumped from back in the day, the coal mining days. You got to test your water everywhere, and even some of the land has issues because if you plant something in the land, it's a wicking. It's called wicking. So it sucks up the water from the ground table and goes through the land, and then it goes into your plants. So my suggestion is, anybody in America or even anywhere you are in the world, unless you get a soil sample and you know what the water is, get a big pot of a container pot, and then put your plants in that and have that off the ground about that much by 2x4 or something. So the water goes down and there's no way the water sucks up into your plants. This might be something to look at down the road. Nothing like toxic soil or toxic water that you didn't know about. And this is just something put on the back shelf. Think about it, So the thumbnail today, as I was saying, I kind of left you in the lurch when I did that shrimp recall from Walmart that had radiated shrimp. Okay, Vicky, I am watching so many times Hollywood movies. I love it. Hollywood movies are great. Make sure you watch 5-star. 5-star are better than those 1.5 star. And a lot of things are coming down in Hollywood right now. It's a little negative. What they've been doing. What Hollywood has been doing is coming to fruition on their doorstep. I don't want to go there. It's a little too negative. So what I want to say is the thumbnail. Vicky, you got a lot of questions, Vicky. How old am I? What would be your guess? I don't put a fence around myself. And since I was like 18, I decided that it was a limitation to say, how old are you? You know why? Do you know why? Because when you say old, 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 you'll become old. When you say more experience, less experience, you stay younger. Okay. Hey, Daniel Echo. Hello from Texas. Hey, Donnell, I don't think I've seen you before. Welcome. And Abel, greetings from, hey, Spain. Lyon, Spain. I love Lyon, Spain. In fact, Spain has a lot of potential. Um, hey, Vicky, you understand what I'm saying? You're a very wise individual. Because not many people do. Because from when you were 3 years of experience, they say, how old are you? How old are you? Blow out the candles. The cake's on. Blow out the candles. You'll be 4 next year. 4 years old next year. And then from there, you get up to, like, I don't know, 100, I guess, right? There's a lot of people who go up to about 107, 110 now. A lot of people are extending their lifespan. And everybody that's watching me right now, your lifespan will be extended. Probably, I'm going to say you're all going to be centurions. That means 100 plus, all right? For the medical things that they're doing right now. I guess if you have enough money too, but besides all that, there's a potential of you lasting a lot longer than, well, you see, my grandparents and their parents were way up there in experience. That's because they didn't take any pills, all right? When my grandmother started taking pills, that's when she made her transition. Now I'll go into that another time. It's rather negative. I'm not going to do it right now. Hey, Abel, what do you mean with potential? What do I mean by potential? Potential. Our potential is off the scale. We use 3% of our brain. Einstein used 4%. That was what I was taught. And I went to 20 schools, and 3 of them said those stats. Now you Google how what's the brain capacity of usage by human beings. They say 10%. Now that's a doggone lie. There's no way since the 60s and 70s that people had gotten further like 10%. There's no way. It's impossible. You look around today, people are far from using 3%, let alone 10% of their brain, all right? That's just a big fat lie. Okay, Vicky Kumar. In India, people lifespan is 60 hardly. Yeah, 60 because a lot of you over there in India are being starved. But if you go up a little higher in the Himalayas, there's some people hundreds of years old, all right? This is a fact. A lot of them are also breatharians. Look into your history. I've done it since I was a child. India is where all the Atlanteans, a lot of Atlanteans went when it went down the last time. But there was a lot of them that left. There was 3 cataclysms of Atlantis. 300,000 years ago. Then there was, it went up to the last one was like about 9,500 years. The last one went down. Plato talks about it. There's many books written on it. I'm just saying, where all the big rocks are on this planet, that's where the Atlanteans went. Unexplained rocks, put together. You can't even put a razor blade in between them. That's where the Atlanteans went. The people that occupied these places were not the builders. All right? I'll go into that someday, all right? India people, Spain is 60. Vicky, what are you saying? Hollywood movie. Lucy, Brian, 100% used. 100% used. Hollywood movie. Lucy, Brian. I don't know if Lucy and Brian uses 100%. If we used 100% of our brain, you don't even have to use 100% of your brain. You would be levitating right now. And there are people in India that are doing that. I'll go into that too. It's just, okay, somebody asked me, I forgot your name. You said potential. What do you mean by potential? Our potential has been limited since we've been born. The people around us, whether it be your parents or guardians, they did the best they could. There is no book on raising a child. I guess there was a Dr. Spock or something like that back in the 60s. He said, don't hit your kid. I was getting beaten. I'm not beaten, but I was getting spanked with a black belt. My dad was getting beaten. So each 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 generation gets better. Okay, that seems to be the way it works. So all you kids out there, you're not even getting a black belt. You probably get a slipper, or maybe you shouldn't do that, or Johnny, stop that. And you know that's all you get. And you know who I'm talking about, Johnny. You are a button pusher, and you drive your parents and guardians crazy. It could be anybody: Johnny, Billy, Mary, Susie. And by the way, all the kids that are watching me, or anybody within I don't know 20-year span of experience, you are the you are the problem solvers of this planet. You are mighty beings of light that came in to help this planet at this time. Your potential has not even been, you have not scratched the surface. So whoever it was asked, what do you mean by potential? We have extraordinary possibilities of our potential that we're not even being told about. That's why I'm here. I'm going to be telling you a lot of that stuff. But probably, I'm just trying to stay with a thumbnail on the thyroid. The thyroid, you say thyroid, what's the thyroid? What's it? Well, the thyroid is, okay, right there, my Adam's apple. And by the way, women have Adam's apples too. They say women don't have Adam's apples. Yeah, some women do. Actually, there's some actresses that have Adam's apples. Okay, Vicky, what are you saying here? Potential means all rounder, every works well in all stage of life happily. Potential. I don't know. I know our potential has been diminished by what we've been taught. Everything in history that we've been taught is a lie, all right? From there, you can go with just the way it is. They find a big bone. I mean, a big bone. A bone that would, a human bone. And all of a sudden it's gone. We used to have them in our museums, but they've all been taken away. So you don't even know about giants. I got one on giants, all right? As soon as they find a big human bone, and it's no dog that comes and gets it. It's another corporation. I don't even want to go there, but they want to stop. And there's pictures all over the internet of big swords, big bones, big skeletons, heads with 2 rows of teeth, giants, 6 fingers, and 6 toes. These are the Nephilim that nobody wants to talk about. I'll bring it up down the road, all right? But it's out there. Our potential is being diminished by the limitation that we're being taught. That's all. And okay, you, Vicky, you know, great, Kali. Yeah, Kali. Actually, Vicky, I was going to ask you. You're from India. I got a question for you. Okay, the question is, WWE wrestler. Forget about the wrestling. I want to ask you a spiritual question. Vicky, from India. Are you for Brahma, Vishnu, or Shiva? Give me an answer. If you have nothing, that's okay. I understand where you're coming from if you have no answer. Anybody from India? Brahma, Vishnu, or Shiva? Brahma, Vishnu, or Shiva? That's my question. To anybody that hasn't pushed the button that I can see out there that's asking a question yet. I'm just curious. I want a heads up on what foundation you're from. I've studied a lot of religions, the 8 major ones anyway. And I was an altar boy, no bad stories. And I was there serving Latin masses, okay? That would be another story. Okay, let's just try to go with the thumbnail as best we can. We're in 19 minutes, and I didn't even tell you. I think I told you the thumbnail was the thyroid. What good is the thyroid? Well, the thyroid has to do with First of all, we have 78 organs in our body. Now, there's some things that they're talking about. Scientists are saying there's not 78. Some scientists are saying there's more than 78 organs. All right. I don't want to. I could care less. I'm just saying. I'm giving you a number to work with. All right. And oh wait, I gotta go. I'm not jumping ahead too much. I said the thyroid. Where is it? This is the Adam's apple. Adam's apple. Women have Adam's apples. Women really don't, it doesn't show that much, but there are prominent women that have an Adam's apple, and they're actresses. Yeah, actresses. They made it to Hollywood. Yeah, Vicky, there's some Hollywood actresses that have Adam's apples that are very prominent. Would you like to know who they are? Okay. We've got Sandra Bullock. Anybody know her? And Meg Ryan, Kelly Rowan, Miley Cyrus, Jennifer Anderson, Cameron Diaz. There's Amanda Peet, Callista Flockhart, Helena Boham Carter, and the most prominent is from some gal called Francesca Neri, Neri. She has the most prominent Adam's apple. So even women have Adam's apples. So right under that Adam's apple is where your thyroid is. All right. I'm just trying to give you a heads down. Okay. So we got the thyroid is it's very vital for the function of every organ. Well, it's not every organ, because now they're saying there's 78 and some of them don't need it, because the thyroid is basically it makes hormones. The hormones are T3 and T4, but I'll get into that, what they do. But right now, the thyroid affects every major organ in your body. That's why your thyroid has to be balanced correctly. And radiation throws your thyroid off, okay? Because all that recall of radioactive shrimp and fish that somebody's been eating maybe can get maybe a little heads up on how to fix your thyroid or get it more in balance. That's what it comes down to. Keeping your thyroid in balance. Because the vital proper function of every organ, which this deals with, is the heart, the liver, the kidneys, the brain, the skin, reproductive system, the digestive system, and your bones. And these are the major ones that keep you alive, by the way. So the thyroid, okay, a lot of people eat iodine salt. Now, that can be a positive or negative. If you don't eat any iodine at all, you might want to have some iodine salt. That's all. I go with pink salt. It's just my preference. The pink salt. There's actually a black salt and a red salt. The red salt, if you can get a hold of that, it's really good in tomato sauce because it breaks down the acidity. And black salt has its potential too. I'm just saying, there's all kinds of salts. The iodine white salt is the one, if you have too much, it's going to mess up your thyroid, okay? If you're eating too much of that. It's going to bring up your blood pressure and all kinds, and doctors tell you all about that. So a healthy thyroid is by eating a nutrient-dense diet. That means it's rich in iodine. And iodine is, of course, seaweed. Very important to have seaweed. The brown has the most iodine, and most of us get the green that we do up in rolls, like, roll it up in rice and stuff like that. I love that. I got a bunch of the green. I haven't found any brown. And then we have selenium, which is a need to balance your thyroid, and that's in Brazil nuts. And then you have zinc, and zinc is pumpkin seeds. If anybody went through the COVID experience, zinc was most important to bring up your immune system. But they went another route. They wanted you to do other things. I personally I went with the zinc. By God's grace, there were I didn't have any problems, but that'd be another story. So we got the vitamins. Vitamins for the thyroid. You're going to need your vitamin A, D, and B. You also need to keep a healthy thyroid is regular exercise, beans, lentils, and you want to limit your processed foods. There's a lot of processed foods out there, as you do or don't know. I think hot dogs are processed foods. Bacon is processed foods. And you also have added sugars. Where can you go? Where can you go that you don't have sugar? I haven't had ice cream in over 7 years. I did break down and have some pumpkin pie the other day. I'm sure it had some sugar, and I'm sure the whipped cream that I had on top had some sugar. But everything in moderation. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Vicky Kumar, please read comments. Okay. Purely peaceful peace. I'm reading the comments. I don't. Vicky said hi again. Well, Vicky, you never said Brahma, Vishnu, or Shiva. Just throw one of them out there. Throw them all three out there. I don't care. So we got left the sugars. Oh man, corn syrup is a real negative one. It brings you way up and then it drops you lower. Actually, all sugars do. And all of that brings on inflammation. And actually, inflammation is what takes you out when you have too much inflammation. Okay, so another for building up your thyroid is your sunflower seeds. Excellent. Cashews, almonds. Actually, Edgar Casey, you can look him up. He's fantastic. He was a healer. And he said if you had 3 almonds a day, you won't get any cancer. And do you know what doctors are doing now? They're taking almond oil and using it as a deterrent for cancer. Isn't that interesting? Okay, Fan No 1 Cat Lover, where are you from? Hey, Fan No 1 Cat Lover. I got 22 cats in the backyard. What do you mean you're no fan of a cat lover? I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. Could be Scottsdale. Could be Paradise Valley. I'm kind of like all in the middle. And I can't say which one. I am in Arizona, all right? And it's only about 100 degrees today. It's fantastic. It's cooling down. Hey, Vicky Kumar, what time? What time what? Today? It's what, 5:28? It's about 5:30. That means it's about 6:30 where you're at in India. Come on, put it together. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, you didn't give me an answer. Okay, and all this stuff depends on all these things that I mentioned about the seeds, the cashews, the almonds, the things that have been grown that you're eating, has to all depend on the soil that it's grown in, all right? It's always the soil. The soil will give the nutrients or take away from those things that you're eating. So you can't grow everything yourself, but try to go organic. At least that you got something there. And also you need to reduce the stress levels on your thyroid. Because when you have stress levels, it brings down your immune system, and it really affects your thyroid. Is what what happens to be. And as we do know or don't know, sugar. All you little sugar-eating kids, it's going to be Halloween soon. Enjoy while you, well, just say, stay in moderation. Because sugar causes inflammation. And you're young little sprats right now, and you don't know the difference. But when you get up to more experience, you start eating sugar, you start feeling inflammation. Actually, probably you kids that have less experience now, I believe the diabetes has gone through the roof. When I was growing up, diabetes was like for people with a whole lot more experience. Now you got it when your kids are like 10 and 11, you got diabetes. What the heck's going on with that, man? Kumar, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. It's a Hindu god. Oh, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva is a Hindu god. Okay, so what are you saying? Are you Gautama Buddha? All right, is that it, or is it Lord Maitreya, Milarepa? You know, give me something. Give me some foundation you're working from. Come on. I'm throwing too much at you. I hope not. Okay, so the things that is going to affect the thyroid in a negative way, if you eat large amounts of it, is going to be cabbage, cauliflower, and I believe Brussels sprouts and broccoli can interfere with the thyroid. The thyroid produces hormones, and these are necessary to get the T3 and T4 working properly in your body. So excessive iodine, excessive iodine is just as bad as not having any iodine. So it's a fine balance. And especially if anyone's on medication, check out the medication you are on before you take iodine. Yeah, I just got to throw it out there for you. Um, so, so the thyroid does produce hormones. Hormones that, well, let's just say this. The T4, it's produced by the thyroid, and it's released into the bloodstream. Now, most of the T4 is it's inactive, and it serves as a precursor that is converted. It's converted by the liver and kidney into T3. Now, T3. What do we got here? Gaming official. It is true that too much a good thing can be bad for you. You're absolutely correct. YTTG Gaming. I did that with that green tea that almost killed me because I drank close to 2 gallons every day for 2 years when it took all my iron away. Yeah, everything in moderation. Dios 27 high. Dios 27 high. Hi, Dios. That's what happens. We get on a kick of something. We think it's wonderful. Well, let me just finish up this one little thing here to where finally, when you have the liver and kidneys, when the liver and kidneys turn the T4 into T3, because it has to be balanced. Those have to be balanced. What happens is the metabolic process for energy to stay, energetic. It regulates the body temperature. The T3 does. Regulates the body temperature, heart rate, blood pressure, brain function, and bone growth. We got to have these things. Now, Buddha is also a human. Be like people believe he is a god called the Lord Buddha because achieved a lot of knowledge under a Brian tree and so many years. Yes, Vicky, that's very wise of you to say that. He also sat under that Bodhi tree. There were 7 snakes that came up in front of him. He had no fear, and he was tested many times in that state of meditation. And well, actually, Buddha was Siddhartha before he became the Buddha. He was a very rich, wealthy individual that had witnessed death. He wanted to know why they didn't let him go out of the castle there, and he finally snuck out and saw all these terrible things going on. So he was living in an ivory tower, and he got to go outside to see the negativity that was happening around him, as well as on this planet. So he became in search of the truth. All right. So yes, Lord Buddha did. He. I know I'm stepping on toes out there, but Buddha was 500 years before Jesus, and both Buddha and Jesus are saying the exact same thing. They're talking about the source, the light of God above us, the one source that gives us light, breath, to stay alive, and there's only one source. Now, that understanding, love, peace, light, understanding, both Buddha and Jesus said. But since they're different it's not Christianity, and it's not part of Buddhism, people have picked sides, But they're both talking about the same source. It really upsets me because they're brothers. They're absolutely brothers as far as what they're trying to get across to humanity. Love, light, understanding, blessings, no cursings. It all comes back to you, by the way. Why not do positive things? But that's what karma's about. You don't know until you go 100% one side, 100% the other side. Jesus said, pick hot, pick hold. Come on. That middle way, you're not going to. Well, there's another middle way of going, but I'm just talking about the middle way of being lukewarm. Nah, because being lukewarm, you're going to get a bunch of positive, a bunch of negative. You're not going to know what karma is all about. This guy just jumped up on me again. This guy's pulling me over here. What do you got? Yeah, see that? See that guy? He came in for another goodie. This guy, he just can't get enough kissing on me. Okay, sit down, mud dog. He just went under the mister again. I got this dog. So where was I? Yeah, the two Gautama Buddha, or Lord Buddha, whatever you want to call him, is a saint, a sage, an ascended. Actually, you know what? He's a bodhisattva. I forgot to tell you. You know what a bodhisattva is? In Christianity, it's a saint. A bodhisattva, and he did not ascend. Both Buddha and Kuan Yin, Mother of Mercy, did not ascend. They did not leave. They are here on this planet right now in a state of vibration. And their promise was, this is pretty high, for a bodhisattva, their promise was, they will not leave us. They will not leave us. They will be here with us till the end, well, until the last individual on this planet ascends, makes their ascension. Man, that's pretty high. And you would say that seems like a very long time. But is it really? Compared to eternity, it's a spit in a bucket. Thousands and millions, maybe trillions of years. Well, definitely billions. Could be trillions. By the time the last person here ascends, makes their ascension, which means they graduate from Earth. A bodhisattva is basically someone that has universal love, sort of like angels. They can love a killer, people that have done horrendous things, and they're here to help those people, let alone whatever side you're on. They're here to, well, first of all, hold a balance and give you hope and light and love. That is pretty high. That's universal love. We don't get universal love here very often. My dad, the last 20 years when he was around, he said, love and understanding. I said, Dad, bro's got his 3 kids here. We got a homeless lady and her son here. They're tearing up the house. They're tearing up my stuff. They need a black belt. He says, no, love and understanding. I said, Dad, we got the black belt growing up. They needed black belt. He says, no, I learned more. Love and understanding. The guy was right on the money, man. I think he forgot light, but I think he loved light and understanding. But he was just love and understanding. And if you think about it, love and understanding. When you have love and understanding, that's like pork chops and applesauce. Sorry for the vegetarians. Well, I don't eat pork anymore anyway. But I'm just trying to give cosmic humor for anybody that's out there for that type of stuff. Okay, so yeah, there was that one thing I was gonna say. You guys threw me off. I was right there on saying the secret of things. Oh well, just want to say the thyroid is the thumbnail. I want you guys who haven't pushed the button, and those that have pushed the button, that I know who's out there, give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down. You join Uncle Martin, I will join you. Again, even if you don't even have anything other than a handle to work with. Hopefully you'll have a video I can watch, man. If you don't, that's okay. You're just getting around to it. It took me a whole year before. See, I thought about doing this for 3 years. It took me a whole year to figure out how to do it. And I've been on this thing for going on 3 years now, telling stories, true stories. And it's always started out as how to beat up a bully without having a fight. How to beat up a bully is very negative, by the way. Without having a fight is very positive. So one side of the spectrum is without having a fight, which which is positive. The other side of the spectrum is how to beat up a bully, very negative. So we're in a dichotomy here on this planet. We can do positive, we can do negative. That one source that comes through us, we have free choice. We are co-creators of our life and this planet. For what we give out, we give back. 1/1,000,000th of a spark of electricity to make any thought. So if you can visualize light, love, and understanding for your family, especially those that you want to strangle, well, those are the ones you have karma to work out with. Or maybe your boss, or maybe a coworker. Definitely coworkers. Every place that I've been hired, that I've worked, I've always had a coworker that gave me, I don't know if it's the evil eye, but that's what Grandpa called it. They gave me the face of maybe hatred. Definitely dislike. And I know it was a past life thing because I don't have any feelings against you. You have this, I just said hello. I just started working here and you have this anger toward me. What do you think? I'm bucking for your job? I got news for you. And so all these people that ever had this, that I've worked with, from a boss to a coworker that's had this energy toward me, I saw it as a test to turn it around. Turn it around to where, well, they're not looking at me like that. And every time it works because I will not let it go on a negative level. When someone looks at you with hatred, mild dislike, they just don't like you. There's karma involved if you've never even said hello to them. I'm telling you. So, and then the people in your family that you do know, that you've grown up with, and you would still have a homeless person come in and take your bed for the night or the couch, rather than that person in your family, aunt, uncle, brother, sister, mom, or dad, or whatever, guardian, I don't care. You would say, I'd rather have a homeless person sharing that than them. That means you have things to work out with them. You have to work things out, or not. But if you do, you're going to rise up so high spiritually. You will soar. You will soar in spiritual growth. I promise you. It's been shown to me time and time and time again. Time and time and time again. Because I understand how it works, and you either do, you don't. Because if anybody spits at you, or they want to hit you, or they gossip against you, those people. Well, they just have more things to learn. You don't have to abide by that and talk negatively about them when they're not around, because gossip is one of the worst things you can do. Gossip is the worst thing you can do. And I know on TV and just our media, gossip. Gossip is deadly. It's very negative. It comes back to you. It does harm to the people. And it's a lot of usually untruth, because there's always two sides of the story. That's what I found to be true. Okay, so the thumbnail today was thyroid, how you can help yourself if you've been over-radiated, to keep the balance of the thyroid. Don't go over one side or the other. Make sure you check whatever medication you're on before you take iodine. It's very important. But if we were hit with, God forbid, some kind of nuclear situation, which we have been actually, they've been blowing atomic bombs up in the air, in the ocean, on the land since the 60s and 70s. I mean, we're all getting radiation. I mean, just as the wind blows, people up in the airplane, you're getting radiation. And that was, they were saying, oh, don't worry about all the fish and shrimp and all the stuff coming out of the Pacific, because it's no more deadly than the radiation out of a banana or going for a plane ride. This is the statistic you get when you Google. I got news for you. Fukushima's dropping still radiation in our Pacific Ocean. And I know it's like, what was it, 26 billion dollars plus on retail on fish. It's got to be up in the trillions of dollars that they make off of fish. It's always profit over people. Okay, so do your homework. Start checking it out while you still can, because I still don't get the right answers after I've Googled something. That's why I write it down now. I can go back to it years from now, and I'll have at least somewhat of the information that I started with, because now it's just as much radiation as a banana, just as much as taking a plane trip. Oh, and by the way, everybody that was you had when you're going through those move for a plane ride. Remember when you had to go to a plane ride? You had a choice of getting a pat down by some people that maybe you didn't want touching you, that had a lot of power. Yeah, they were given a lot of power. Or you go through through the through the radiation thing. Well, did you know that they found that radiation was set a little higher than it was supposed to? Probably just a mistake. I don't know. I probably would have went for the pat down anyway. I'm just saying we're getting hit with a lot of radiation. That's why the thyroid is the topic. I want everybody to have that thyroid right under the Adam's apple, and more balanced than it is possibly. Has to do with your weight gain. Now, as I said before, all the organs, the heart, brain, digestive system, the skin. Skin is the biggest organ on your body. You got the reproductive system. That's so important. How many kids are being born now? What's going on? And the kidneys and the bone. These are all important things thyroid takes care of. That's why thyroid is the theme. So I guess I got to say goodbye because the sun is going down. Got all these cats in the backyard. Anybody that's out there still, God bless you for lasting. Thumbs up or down. Give me a comment. Again, I thought I fixed this last time I was on, and I thought I'd get all the questions that I got here. I don't get Vicky. I don't get any of the people. And by the way, Pikachu, when you see this, you were late. You never showed up. Happy 11th birthday. 11 years of experience. 11 is master numbers, by the way. It's very high. Okay. Until I see you tomorrow, I'll have another true story for you. And until then, be well, God victory. Share Uncle Martin with a friend or an acquaintance. Hey, you could share me with an enemy. It might help you. I don't know. Okay. Until then, be well, God victory. See you tomorrow, 5 o'clock on this is Saturday. So I'll see you Sunday. Bye-bye.